Hello my soccer universe and welcome to the first jersey review video of the 24-25 season. Way too late, long overdue, and I could bore you now with a long excuse, but part of it is that I want to actually look into how I present the whole thing. So I made slight changes because some of my stars that I had looked very much like they were created in a hurry 10 years ago, which they actually were. And so I wanted to adjust a little bit how the jersey review will look visually, and I hope you will agree with me. It does look a little bit better. I'm still not quite done yet, but I think I have found something that I'm actually quite pleased with. In this video, I'm gonna rank and rate all 28 Austrian Bundesliga jerseys that are used in the 24-25 season. So we have 12 home jerseys, 12 away jerseys, and we have 4 third jerseys as well. But before we go into how I rate and rank, I just want to touch on 2 subjects. The first subject, of course, are sponsors. The Austrian Bundesliga is chock full with sponsors, of course, because it's a notoriously cash-strapped league. So you very often need sponsors to get in a little bit of money to keep the teams afloat. And especially if I look at the 2 most outstanding examples here, Hartberg, plenty of sponsors, and Wolfsburg, also plenty of sponsors. Those teams usually even rely on more or less local sponsors to keep them afloat because their cities, especially in Hartberg's case, I think it's a city of 4,500 people, they would not be able to support a Bundesliga team otherwise. Therefore, plenty of sponsors instead of relying on a lot of foreign money. So I think this is a plus, and I want to therefore say, unless the sponsors do not fit color-wise with the shirt at all, I will not take down the grade by a whole lot if there are plenty of sponsors on there. Yes, many sponsors will not get you a high grade, but I will not necessarily destroy you because you have a whole lot of sponsors on there. But if the sponsor is completely misplaced with the respect of the jersey, then I think this will take you down a couple of notches. I also want to point out that when I look especially at away jerseys, I want to see also not only how does it look pleasing in an overall sense, but also how well does it contrast with the home jersey and maybe with other jerseys in the league as well. So how smart was the choice of the away jersey there? There's at least one jersey in here that completely does not make any sense because the home and away jersey are very similarly colored, and therefore this one ranks really low. The second part is we had an incredible amount of supplier changes. 4 out of 12 teams, that's a third of the league, changed suppliers. And it changed the landscape by quite a bit because last season Nike had 3 teams, they're down to only 1 team, and now Adidas have 3 teams, Puma have 3 teams. So that was a huge change in there. The most publicized switch, of course, on an international level was Red Bull Salzburg going from Nike to Puma, so Nike out. The only Nike team that's left is now Sturm Graz. And the other Nike team that left was, of course, Austria, who went with Macron and with GRK being promoted, who have been with Macron for a while. We've now 2 Macron teams, which I'm quite excited because Macron usually do interesting things and the league should look better because of that. We'll see in the countdown whether this is truly the case. And then we have 2 teams that switched from more or less self-supplied, or in Wolfsburg case San Siro, which is a company that, allows clubs to make their own jerseys on a relatively cheap scale. They switched to Adidas, so we have Wolfsburg to Adidas, and of course my team Lusk is going to Adidas, which has its pros and its cons. I was hoping that a certain aspect of Lusk jerseys will disappear because of that. I can tell you I was majorly disappointed when I saw that this was not happening. However, both teams, at least when you look at the jerseys, it looks a little bit more professional if you have Adidas. With that out of the way, all of the jerseys that you see in this picture are mostly taken from Football Kit Archive or from their respective club stores as well. I have tried to get the jersey pictures as close as possible to how they look on the pitch in the Austrian Bundesliga. Sometimes some sponsors are missing. I mentioned that and how this affected my rating. I just didn't want to use screenshots from live matches for that. I just wanted to have it a little bit nicer looking. So yeah, take it or leave it. All the jerseys are first rated from 1 star being the worst to 10 star being the best, and we'll go also from worst jersey to best jersey. So we start at number 28 and we'll end up of course at number 1. And I'm mentioning also, so we are reaching now the range of the 2-star jerseys, 3-star jerseys, and so on and so forth until we reach 10 star. No, we are not reaching 10 stars. Sorry for that spoiler, but the highest grade I dished out here is a 9 star. Enough of me talking, let's dig right in. Get started with a Bundesliga jersey review at a 1-star rating, and the first jersey we have in that rating is of course Hartberg, the away jersey. And it's less about the sponsors. I mean, there are plenty of sponsors on there, but what really bugs me with that one is not only that sponsors add all kinds of colors to that one, but the color is kind of a turquoise. The home jersey is blue. There's a gradient on there, so the contrast between the home and the away jersey to me is not a great one, and for that reason I place it last in 28th spot. Equally bad, honestly, is the Wolfsburg home jersey. Too many colors in there, way too many colors in there. And yes, the base is a gray jersey with some dark gray in there, but it's not one of my favorites, let's face it. On the 2-star jerseys, we get to another great jersey, which is the Austria Klagenfurt away jersey. Similar to the Wolfsburg jersey, too many colors added by the sponsors, but I think my biggest gripe is I'm not down necessarily in the gray jersey, although gray jerseys are not my favorite in general. But you know, the club's colors are purple. Couldn't we make the accents in purple instead of black, and maybe then have the sleeve sponsors a little bit fit in and all the others as well? This is why I rate this a 2-star jersey. Why it's not a 1-star jersey? Because it doesn't have a main sponsor, really ruining it. The next 2-star jersey is for my favorite team, Lusk. I mean, what? A pink camo jersey? Give me a break. I mean, camouflage, you should blend in with the environment. And unless you're in the Barbie movie, this jersey just doesn't fit the bill. I don't necessarily dislike the pink jerseys for Lusk, but you know, we had already a whole lot of better ones, and this one is probably the worst that has ever been released. Hartberg, the home jersey. Yeah, you would have expected it sooner. Honestly, there's something I like about this one. I like the Ipswich template effect that is on there. Not so sold on the gradient, but take the sponsors away, and I think this is a jersey that actually looks quite well. Therefore, even ahead of the Lusk 3rd jersey. And again, many sponsors mean this is a team that needs a lot of local money to actually play in the Bundesliga, as Hartberg is a really small town. Let's move into the 3 stars. And again, Wolfsburg. There's a whole lot of teams that are kind of the same at the beginning of this video. This Wolfsburg jersey, yes, many sponsors. However, they're taking all the colors out except for the Bundesliga logo. The club logo, which you see is here with the sponsor incorporated on the jersey, and on the bottom I kind of took the sponsor out to make it look a little bit nicer. And then of course we have the 11 team sports also, but overall makes it a decent looking jersey. Still not sold on a darkish grade, although I don't think it looks that bad here. And also the patterning on the side, it's not a bad one, but it's not a jersey that really gets me excited either. It was the only 3-star jersey. We're going into the 4 stars, and here it is Rapid. As compared to all the other jerseys, there's something there, but this jersey looks incomplete. I really like the idea that you take the patterning that you have around the stadium, especially on the stadium roof, and put it on your jersey. But why only on the bottom below the sponsor and then kind of fading it out? Do the whole jersey like that. I mean, you really missed a trick here if you were to ask me, or go with a plain jersey, but this is just not ready, and that's why it sits only at 4 stars. Altach, again, gray and black. However, this one has a full pattern on there. I'm not sure about the tilted checkerboard pattern, but I think it looks decent overall, so therefore I decided to put it in here at number 21. And then we also have Klagenfurt, the home jersey without sponsors. I think this looks actually quite nice, and I like it. It's purple, you have the white accents and so on, and there's a little bit of striping effect in there as well. However, the sponsors, again, especially the one on the collar and on the shoulders, add too much color. The sleeve sponsors here, of course, don't have a base, so that actually looks quite nice. And then there's this really weird sponsor on the bottom that is kind of tilted. Yep, Austrian Bundesliga, you always see some new weird sponsors, that's for certain. We're already in the 5-star category, and we have the Altach away jersey. That actually looks to me more like it would be an Altach home jersey. And while there are plenty of sponsors on there, they all have the accent color yellow, with the sponsor of the Bundesliga also being yellow, Cashpoint having yellow, Pfanner yellow. This actually makes sort of sense, and I actually really like the chevron pattern on there as well. That makes it more interesting than many other jerseys that we've seen so far, and I like this even more than the Altach home jersey. In the number 18, we have the Austria Vienna away jersey. Without sponsor, with a different sponsor, this would rank way higher. I would argue. The weird thing is that the only reference to being purple, and Austria Vienna is a purple club, are on the sponsors here on the top. The rest is all black and blue. And why is that? Well, one of the founding clubs is of course the Vienna Cricket Club, which was black and blue, and so they're referencing that. An Austria Vienna logo only in black. That is kind of a bold statement, but it fits well within the jersey. So I really wonder why the shoulder sponsors needed to be purple to kind of destroy the look a little bit. And the main sponsor also is a little bit of an odd one. Speaking of odd, the Rapid Vienna away jersey. I like what they're doing here. I have only one problem. You have one side that has blue sleeve cuffs and also have blue collar. Ball collar should go all around, that's the first thing. And the other side is red. But why do I have the center stripe in red, blue, red? Can't we make it that on the left side we have a red stripe, on the right side we have a blue stripe? Or if you want to really split it half, go half-half, either way. But this seems to be kind of lost. And then also the Wien Energie, I'm used to it meanwhile, but having the orange backing on that one also kind of destroys the look. And yeah, the Rapid logo kind of also, but that I'm actually happy that it is in full color. I think there's a nice idea there, but it's also doesn't feel kind of finished. A much better version of how to have a central stripe is of course the Blau-Weiß-Linz away jersey. However, I'm not quite sold on the 5 center stripes. This seems like a pattern that should be more spread out over the jersey. You have a lot of stuff going on in the middle and then not so much on the sides. And for that reason, I don't quite like it, although it's a better version than what we had last season. And yes, there are also plenty of sponsors on there as well. Speaking of sponsors, the Lask home jersey. This would rank so much higher. This was one of the biggest disappointments. I heard we're gonna get Adidas. I thought that the yellow sleeves will be a thing of the past. Of course, they're not. The yellow sleeves is what destroys this jersey. I also find it there's a little bit of a logo overload, especially how the Bundesliga logo is just on the shoulder like it is with many other teams. But you need the Lask logo, you need the Adidas logo, and then you have the Upper Austria logo and the alternate Lask logo on there. Then the BWT kind of makes it a little bit overcrowded. Also the striping really doesn't go well, honestly, with the overall Adidas template. You don't see it much here, but there is this swing from the bottom that kind of cuts in the pattern as well, so makes it look a little bit messy. But there is something I like about this jersey. It's overall a decent jersey. We finally have a good supplier. Jersey though is really, really expensive. With the 14th jersey we move into the 6 stars, and I have here Sturm Graz home. Nothing special, but also nothing bad. This is exactly how I would expect a white Sturm Graz jersey. Plain white, a little bit black. Yes, make the color go around. That would make it a little bit higher. We have some side striping as well in black. And then the sponsor, yeah, it's in full color, but honestly it doesn't bother me all that much. I also think that VSG's away jersey has an interesting pattern. I'm just not sure about the color combination. We have 2 dark blues in there, the one almost going into blackish. It's not bad, but again, also not quite doing it for me. And the sleeve sponsors fit better on the home jersey and the away jersey. I would have loved if they could take out a little bit of color. Another Puma jersey is in at the 12th spot, which is of course Red Bull Salzburg, the home jersey. Decent. I mean, it has the pattern on the side, which makes it kind of stand out, but then on the other side it has this weird Puma collar. But Red Bull Salzburg jerseys are probably as clean as they get in the Austrian Bundesliga, and for that reason I think it's decent, but it also doesn't really excite me. We had better ones, and only having a pattern here on the side doesn't really do it for me either. And at number 11, the Sturm Graz away jersey is the same as the home jersey with colors flipped, but for some reason it works better for me in black. And that might be weird, and yes, like with previous jerseys, the Bundesliga logo up on the shoulder, kind of odd, but I really like that you see this zigzaggy pattern. But Sturm Graz had better jerseys, but it is a decent one. Let's go to the top 10, and it's a 7-star, and we are having here GAK, the home jersey. Would rank a whole lot higher if that Köck sponsor on the bottom wouldn't be there. Other than that, I think this is quite decent. You have a red and white stripes. It's not traditionally GAK, if you were to ask me. It should be a plain red, but take the striped one, the logo, the Mappe sponsor in blue. Actually, while it's a different color, it fits kind of also in. So there's a whole lot of good things on there. It would rank, as I say, higher if the sponsor on the bottom would not be there. In at number 9, many think this is the best jersey in the Austrian Bundesliga. has a lot of things going on there, and that's why I rank it only at number 9. It's overall a decent jersey, Macron taking over for Austria Vienna, and I didn't mention in the away jersey, it has this kind of diamond pattern all over, which has a violet in there, which is a reference to the team's nickname, the Violets. However, then it also adds this cloudy pattern all over. It makes it look a little bit washed out, to be honest. So there's already a little bit too much going on. I think a plain purple with that pattern would be much better. And then I also don't like the black accents around the collar and the sleeve cuffs. White. This should be white, and I think this would make for a much better jersey. However, you know, Macron at least does something better than what we've seen with Nike as of late. Speaking of pattern, I actually think that the VSG home jersey is really interesting. I mean, only a very simple sponsor. Then, as I said, the sleeve sponsors fit much better on here because, you know, it's the VSG colors plus the Tirol colors, red and white, which you already have in the crest as well. So that makes for a much unified look. Again, why is the collar only on the back and doesn't go all around? But this is a modern problem. And while the pattern doesn't do much, I think it's a quite interesting one to look at. It adds some structure to the whole jersey that makes it quite interesting. And of course, the silver numbers, the sparkling numbers on the back are also present. In at number 7, another 7-star jersey, the last one, it's the Blau-Weiß Linz anniversary jerseys. It is a jersey that was released for the 50th anniversary of the championship of the predecessor of Blau-Weiß Linz, which was SK Föst. They won it in 1974, and it's more or less an exact replica of the jersey. Maybe the one weird thing is the striping doesn't go straight, but on the top it kind of curves out, but that was actually how the jersey was. I think it's a really good tribute. Of course, there are way more sponsors on the sleeves as well, so not everything is there, but this is a jersey. When I was thinking about getting a Blau-Weiß Linz jersey, I thought, that might be the one that could be really interesting. Let's go to 8 stars, and at number 6 we have the Red Bull Salzburg away jersey. I like when Red Bull Salzburg goes blue, and this time they don't add another color, just a little bit of accents and have the sponsor on there. I think this looks quite decent overall. Really pretty jersey. Maybe the flash is tad too flashy for my liking. Then we also have Sturm Graz, their 3rd jersey in gold to celebrate the double that they won last season. I think rather cool jersey. Very simple, but what I really like is that all the applications are in black and white. That makes this one really stand out. However, the City Rebels with Macron do it a step better. And yes, this also has the Kirk sponsor on the bottom. I still would rank it that high. I have this in the back of my mind that there's another sponsor on there. It's plain white. It has some red accents, but what I really like is the pinstripe pattern that has also 1902, the founding year of the club, which makes it the oldest club not being from Vienna. It says GRK in there as well, and then it also has the lion from the province of Styria, which is of course the province that GRK is from. Graz is the capital of that province. Simple jersey, however, with a lot of details to sink your eyes into. That's what I like about it. In at number 4. We are coming to the top 3, and at number 3 it is the Lusk away jersey. I really loved that jersey. It suffers from the same problem as the home jersey and also the 3rd jersey, that there's a lot going on, and you know, removing 1 or 2 logos would definitely improve this jersey a whole lot. But I love the black pinstriping that is horizontal for once. That is something that is not so common for Lusk. And then also the red collar. That actually adds something really nice, and I don't mind here that it doesn't go all the way around. On Footy Headlines, when this was released, they said that the red color on the collar is of course based on the sponsor Backeltring Kornspitz, which I think could be. However, red is the 3rd color that Lusk use, because red and white are the colors of Upper Austria, and therefore it really doesn't bother me whether it comes from a sponsor or not. It actually fits quite nicely. So this one is a standard jersey. Unfortunately, I have not won too many games in that one, but it is one of the jerseys that I absolutely love, and I probably this is the jersey I will get this season. I was agonizing whether I should pull it higher, but honestly, when I look at it, what we had at number 2 and number 1, just too many logos, puts it here at number 3. But it's probably my favorite jersey of the entire collection that we have here. But I gotta be also a little bit more neutral and say, yeah, too many logos are on there. For the 2nd spot, we go to the 9-star jerseys and Blau-Weiß Linz. It was the best jersey last season. They reused it, so that's bonus points as well. it's a rather clean shirt. I still think that this could go 10 stars if they either get rid of the white shoulders or of the pinstriping. Both of them together is just a tad too much, but it's a really nice jersey. I like that sponsor Linz AG, which kind of fits with Linz as well. So everything kind of fits very nicely together. Very well put together shirt. However, it is now only number 2, so there was one better jersey, and we've gone through all the home and all the away jerseys. It's a third jersey that is at number 1. It's the one for GRK. And again, the Kirk sponsor is on the bottom, so for that reason it is not a 10 star, and the other reason is that the patterning is only on the top. However, this gives me major Sampdoria vibes, and when I say Sampdoria, you already are not going wrong here. It's really nice. It is blue. It has the club's colors across the chest and a little bit also around the collar. Makes it quite nice, pop everything. And blue as an accent color also fits quite nicely with the club. This is, even if you add the sponsor there on the bottom, which is just stupidly placed, this is the best jersey this year in the Austrian Bundesliga, at least according to me. Well, that concludes my jersey review, the first one for 24-25. I have not yet decided which one will be next. Thinking maybe I should do the European competitions first, but that is gonna be a huge video, so maybe I'll go Premier League or something like that. Let me think about it, but you can also drop a comment below, as you should also by telling me, am I right? Am I wrong with my rating? Which jerseys did you like in here? And do you agree with the ones that I really did not like? The hardback away jersey, not only because of the sponsors is bad, but also the contrast to the home jersey is not good as well. In any case, give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos like that. I mean, you can go back to the 18-19 season for jersey reviews, which were maybe shot in a little bit less production value than it is now, although I still can improve quite a little bit. However that might be, I will talk to you soon about more things in my soccer universe. Bye! Hey there, I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, here are some videos and playlists that you may enjoy too. Also, please consider subscribing to my channel and hit the little bell icon so you get notified whenever something happens in my soccer universe. And with that, have a wonderful day. Bye!